Scene 1. The Inversion of Reason. In the modern scientific establishment, truth has been systematically demonized, while bureaucratic form has been glorified as cutting-edge progress. They tell you that science is an industrial army operation where individuals must submit to the consensus. They tell you that textbook theory is low-level, while journal papers are high-level. But what if everything they have told you is a self-serving lie designed to protect a decaying administrative guild? Let's dismantle the Great Inversion. Scene 2. The Rehabilitation of Metaphysics. Let's look at their first deception, the demonization of metaphysics. The academic establishment mocks metaphysics as a rigid, mechanical worldview that is too simple to capture our complex reality. They offer dialectics as the only correct high-minded path, because that is exactly how scientific discovery works. Every single timeless law of nature was discovered by ruthlessly isolating a single invariant principle from a chaotic universe. Galileo, Newton, Maxwell, and Boltzmann did not try to model the entire interconnected cosmos at once. They held variables constant, isolated systems, and established simple, rigid, unchanging laws. If you reject this metaphysical isolation, you reject science itself. And what do these critics of metaphysical rigidity offer in its place? A toxic, bureaucratic formalism of their own, measuring scientists by arbitrary SCI metrics, auditing master's theses only for formatting margins and typos, and calling AI text assistants misconduct while ignoring massive empirical fraud. This is empty administrative ceremonialism, not scientific rigor. Scene 3. The textbook primacy versus the journal factory. Their second inversion is the worship of journals over textbooks. Mainstream scientists treat textbook-level knowledge as low-level basics that they mastered long ago. They focus entirely on journal publications. The truth is, 99.9% of journal papers have absolutely no qualification to ever enter a standard textbook. Textbooks filter for permanent, self-consistent, mathematically unassailable laws. Journals are merely raw, instrument-driven alchemical logs. And let's expose their mathematical sophistry. Journal papers routinely print complex equations while skipping all intermediate derivations, pretending the math is obvious to look sophisticated. In reality, the authors themselves rarely understand the deep physics of their own printed formulas. They use equations as decorative wallpaper to hide the theoretical emptiness of their experimental stories. Scene 4. The tyranny of consensus versus the individual genius. Their third inversion is the fetishization of big science, the idea that research must be a collective military-style operation. Anyone working outside their state-funded, peer-reviewed loop is labeled a crank or civilian scientist. Academic authorities do not protect truth. They protect their own funding monopolies. They claim they must suppress the minority because most minority opinions are wrong. But they have the logic completely backward. Agreeing with the majority is easy. It requires zero courage, zero intellectual risk, and guarantees career security. But an individual who dares to openly oppose the entire academic establishment must have incredibly solid, unassailable evidence or logical derivations. To ignore and suppress these brave dissidents under the guise of protecting consensus is the ultimate crime against scientific progress. Tolerance for the non-consensus minority is the sole engine of human discovery. Scene 5. The final audit. The modern scientific establishment has built its entire empire on a foundation of sand. They have reversed the natural order of science. They ignore the permanent to chase the transient, and they punish the individual thinker to protect the bureaucratic cartel. But nature does not care about their peer review consensus, their funding grants, or their SCI metrics. When late-stage academic monopolies decay, they collapse under the weight of their own useless paper flood. Master the textbooks. Protect your independent mind. Stand with the rigorous minority and let history deliver the final verdict on this era of alchemical illusions. See you in the next lecture.